Hi everybody, welcome to Yoga with Anadil. I am Anadil. You'll have to excuse the background noises in today's video. We're all asked to stay at home, so we have to live with life around us, I'm afraid. It was quite a moment ago, I promise you. But let's carry on, because life does carry on. So in today's tutorial we are looking at a very common pairing of yoga poses, the cow posture and the cat posture, which often flow from one to the other as a way of warming up and opening through the spine, the entire front of the body and the back of the body for deeper poses in practice, but also in themselves in their own right. So over my couple of decades of practicing, I've found a few things that help to get a little bit deeper into these. So here are my tips just for you. So please come to resting on your knees and your hands. The knees are hip distance apart and stacked directly underneath your hip points for cat-cow, and your feet and your shins are parallel to your knees. Your hands are placed shoulder distance apart, and I would like you to take a little bit of time to check on where the weight is falling in your hands, because it helps to determine the right placement for your hands. So at the moment I can feel a lot of weight in my wrists, so I'm going to play around with moving the hands back a little bit, perhaps directly more underneath my shoulders, so that I begin to feel more of the ground through my fingertips and my knuckles and not just my wrists. So this is important for our entire yoga practice to avoid fatigue in the wrists, and it's also the strongest placements for stability and lifting off the ground later on onto your hands, particularly in down dog. So here we now think about the spine, and we may have a natural position of just relaxing through the spine, where your core feels really open. So the first thing we do is we gently neutralize through the spine by lifting the heart gently towards the back, not arching, not overcompensating, but just neutralizing from maybe a passive spine position, gently lifting the heart towards the back so that the spine gets a little bit straighter. And then we also do that with the navel, so think about your belly button and gently draw it back. So we have a straighter back, and the tailbone, think about your tailbone heading towards the back of the mat. So I'm slightly off angle today, so because I'd like you to also see my arms as we move in and out of this. So from the tailbone, we're nice and long, straight spine, and please think about the back of the neck as the very tip of your spine. So the back of the neck stays long in order for the spine to remain long. And we breathe in and out slowly, smoothly through the belly. As we wait for our next in-breath, we'll follow it, and then we'll drop the heart and the navel down towards the earth. So you'll begin to see an arch through the back. So as well as dropping through the spine, opening through the front of the body with your in-breath, the tailbone that was heading back now shines up towards the sky as much as you're able. We also open through the front of the throat as you breathe in. So keep breathing in here, and let's dive in a little bit deeper into this. by remaining with the breath in the pose. Take your attention to the insides of your elbows and keeping your hands firmly grounded. Take a little bit of effort to sweep the insides of the elbows to face forward. So I'll exaggerate this so you can see my shoulders, but when you sweep the insides of the elbows forward, it encourages the shoulder heads to move back by taking the shoulder blades together and down your spine. And this helps to open up through the front of the body and deeper into the back bend of the spine. So stay here and breathe, and with every out breath you search for a little bit more depth in the pose without pushing into it, of course. And it's really nice here just to gently rock your weight back and forth, slowly and gently. You may feel that it gives the small of the back, the lower back, a little bit of a massage, which is also great if you have any lower back concerns or issues. And I invite you here to close your eyes so that you really get familiar with how this feels for you. And you can keep lifting through the heart, keep lifting through the chin to open through the throat as you shine your tailbone straight up towards the sky. Keep breathing, come to stillness with your rocking back and forth. Wait for your out breath, and when you breathe out, follow your out breath with your tailbone now curling down towards the earth, rounding through the spine all the way up to the sky, and your chin just drops down towards your chest. So now we're going in the opposite direction of our cow posture, now into our cat posture. So you often see cats really stretching through their spine like this as you do. And please stay here for a few moments. Really press and ground into the hands so your shoulder blades separate, lifting through the spine as your tailbone makes its way down. And like we did before, we'll take our attention to the creases of our elbows. So where they were sweeping towards the front of the mat, we're now, with grounded hands, going to sweep the insides of the elbows to face each other. So again, I'll exaggerate this. So the insides of the elbows now move all the way to face in towards each other. And what that does is it helps the shoulder blades separate a bit further, creating more space in the back. Now here we're really lifting the heart up towards the spine. We're really drawing the navel back towards the spine as you breathe smoothly. And here you have the chance to nudge around in your cat posture alongside your breath. I personally like to rock from side to side here. It almost feels like I can feel the stretching of the skin over my back as I do this. So keep sweeping the insides of the elbows towards each other. If you like a little bit more, you can even curl the toes under and really feel like you're pressing the ground away, almost like you want to lift through the knees. So much so that there's maybe less weight in the knees, but the knees are still grounded. So here we breathe, we rock, and then we'll come to stillness. Remember how high you went into this pose in your cat pose. And now we'll flow from cat to cow to cat. So wait for your next in-breath, and when you're ready to breathe in, flatten through the tops of the feet, sweep the inside of the elbows forward as you drop your spine down into your cow posture. Tailbone up, heart up, breathe. Wait for your next out breath. Curl the toes under, sweep the insides of the elbows towards each other and lift through the spine, lifting your heart to the back. tailbone down, navel towards spine. Keep breathing. Wait for your next in-breath. Flatten the feet. Insides of elbows forward. Now remember how low you went in your first posture that you spent a few moments here, and find that depth once again with your breath. Next breath out, move alongside that breath. Reach for that very place you found when you spent a few moments here, nudging as high as you could. Find that space now. Next in breath, let's flow. Big breath in, flat feet. Heart goes forward, shoulders back. Big breath out. Follow alongside. Travel alongside the entire length of your exhale. Breathe in, travel alongside the entire length of your inhale into cow. And exhale. Inhale one more time. In your own breath, in your own rhythm. When you're ready to exhale into your cat. And come to neutral. Remember, neutral very gently draws the front of the body to the back of the body. And you breathe. So you can curl your toes under, come back onto your heels, and give your wrists a little bit of a rest. And what I quite like to do here is interlace my fingers, close the palms, and rotate the knuckles down as you breathe. Alongside the breath, and then perhaps in the opposite direction. You can also place the tops of the hands down onto the earth, and no particular pressure on the tops of the hands, but you just rock a little bit of weight from side to side, just to counter the position of the wrists, so that we have a little stretch in the opposite way. And just doing this is so nourishing for the spine, keeps us healthy, begins to strengthen through all of those core muscles that wrap around from the spine, protecting us, keeping us mobile and strong. So I hope that the tips in this cat-cow tutorial has helped you to find a little bit more depth and freedom and space in each of the poses, as well as helping you to flow more seamlessly alongside your entire inhale and exhale as you flow from one to the other. I hope you enjoyed it, and I really look forward to practicing with you some more next time. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.